Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Zida Al Ali, and today we're going to discuss the industry of telecommunications in Saudi Arabia. For a brief description, the telecommunication industry in Saudi Arabia is mostly related to mobiles and related ICT services and digital services such as the Internet of Things and the 5G rollout fibers. And this industry has huge market leaders in Saudi Arabia, such as STC, CNKSA, and Mobile. And also there's upcoming market leaders such as Yaqut and small businesses that are in this field of telecommunications. The importance or the main importance of this industry for the Saudi economy is that it's considered as a strategic factor in the vision of 2030. It provides wider communication and economic growth opportunities for the businesses, and also it's currently significant contributor to the economy, contributing to many fields and industries such as healthcare, education, and commercial businesses. This industry also provides an opportunity to connect the citizens and the businesses to the government in a simpler way, which engage in a deeply communication between the country and the citizens, helping the country's process to develop. The rationale for selection, we decided to select this industry for the following reasons. First of all, it's currently growing majorly. It has new technologies such as 5G rollout fibers expansion, which will affect this industry. And secondly, it has a lot of available data, which will make this the path of this report much smoother, because a lot of companies are currently discussing this industry. And lastly, it's considered to be fundamental for the economic diversion, which is the goal of the Vision 2030. The scopes and the structures of this report, it's majorly focused on the industry in Saudi and its role in the recent developments during this decade, like how it affected the market size. These are the economic indicators. These two are the figures. The first figure has the key indicators of the Saudi telecommunication industry, and the second figure is about the customers counts in the telecom sector in Saudi Arabia. Here are the economic indicators for this industry. First of all, the gross domestic product contribution. There's official data that shows that the ICT market increasing to 180 billion Saudi riyals in 2024 alone. Meanwhile, it was only 79 billion Saudi riyals in 2023. This points to the value of telecom and ICT in our economy. And also in the inflation impact, in 2024, Saudi's inflation was at an average of 1.7%. For companies of telecommunication, this inflation might affect the costs of operations if the demand remained the same and the costs got higher. This might affect the investments and the pricing. And for the employment trends, STC by itself employs nearly 20,000 people in a year, with more job opportunities in retail, construction, and ICT services. Now we need people with higher skilled roles in data centers and their related services as digital services get more developed. Supply and demand patterns, mobile subscriptions, and data usage are widely among the world, and it has a high demand globally. large numbers from the population rely on them. Therefore, suppliers are putting efforts in providing 5G fibers and towers to meet these needs and demands and support the next technological step of the world. Now I leave you with my friend Maher.
Okay, thank you, Yazid. Hi, everyone. My name is Maher, and I will talk about supply and demand analysis. First, on the demand side, consumer usage of mobile internet in Saudi Arabia is growing very rapidly. According to the Communication Space and Technology Commission, almost all internet access in the kingdom comes through mobile networks, and the average consumer used around 44 gigabytes per month in 2023. This reflects how households are increasingly relying on video streaming, social media, and online gaming. Then comes the government policy. The government plays a major role through Vision 2030 programs. These initiatives expand broadband coverage, support 5G rollout, and encourage digital services such as e-government and online education. This not only stimulates household demand, but also ensures that supply keeps pace by incentivizing operators to expand fiber and 5G networks. For the technological innovation, it is a second major factor. For example, STC 5G subscribers consume about 101 gigabytes per month, more than double the average of 4G users. This shows how 5G is enabling more data-intensive applications like Ultra HD streaming and cloud gaming. On the supply side, meeting the demand requires denser base station networks and a stronger fiber backhaul. For the supply chains and costs, one challenge comes from international supply chains. Telecom equipment such as fiber optics and semiconductors are imported. Fluctuations in global costs or shipping can slow rollouts and raise capital expenditures, which may eventually impact how quickly consumers receive upgrades. Finally, competition between SCC Mobile and Zain, which are the major companies in Saudi Arabia, is pushing prices down and expanding data bundles. While this benefits consumers with cheaper, faster internet, it also reduces operators' margins, which can affect long-term investment strategies. We can see a summary in this table here. After that, we move to company and stakeholder analysis. The company we chose was STC, or is STC. For STC, it is the largest telecom operator in Saudi Arabia with revenues of 75.89 billion in 2024, up from 71.78 billion in 2023, the succeeding year. The company is diversifying beyond connectivity into areas like cloud services, fetching, and digital platforms. But it remains the dominant business-to-customer provider at the same time. For the market position, SCC has the widest coverage both in fiber and 5G and has restructured infrastructure assets through its towers. This move helps reduce duplication and improves capacity efficiency. For stakeholder mapping, we have two groups, external and internal. Employees want job security and career growth, but face reskilling pressure due to new technologies. Shareholders include the Public Investment Fund, expect strong returns, which must be balanced against high investment costs. Consumers who demand reliable, affordable, and high-speed service. Regulators such as CST and MCIT, who ensure compliance and quality standards. Suppliers and vendors like Ericsson, Nokia, Huawei, Apple, who demand on timely contracts but face global supply risks. Competitors, partners, and communities also play key roles in shaping SCC operating environment. For the strategic implications, from a business to customer perspective, STC must balance three priorities. First, expanding capacity to meet rising per user consumption, designing consumer plans that capture value without hurting ARPU, managing capital efficiency, such as through infrastructure partnerships and asset optimization. In conclusion, Saudi Arabia's telecom industry is strongly shaped by consumer demand growth, government policy, and rapid technological innovations. STC, as the leading provider, is well positioned, but must carefully manage stakeholders and investment pressure to sustain its leadership in the B2C market. That's all, and my partner Ali will continue.
Okay, thank you, Maher. My name is Ali Al-Veshi. And first of all, I will start with the industry competition with the key competitors. We have three dominant major players and competitors for companies in Saudi Arabia. The first one is STC, which is the market leader and with the largest customer base, because it has the strongest financials and extensive infrastructure investments such as fiber optics, 5G, mobile telephony, and digital solutions. The second biggest company we have Mobile, which is a strong competitor also with significant mobile and broadband market share, competing with flexible data plans and digital transformation. Third of all, we have Zain, which is a little bit different from SCC and Mobile. Zain focuses on the aggressive pricing and innovative prepaid plans and strengthening the 5G expansion and cloud services. Also, there are small mobile virtual network operators like Virgin and Libara and Salam. They targeting a budget-conscious customers with prepaid plans. Some customers who have less income want less offers, so take some small how we can say just small services. After that, we have the competitive comparison. For SCC, it is the largest national operator with a market share which is half of the market. And this leads to the strongest infrastructure, of course, and the brand dominance and the nationwide coverage. After that, we have Mobile, which is the second largest company with a market share of 25%, which is the quarter of the market share. And it attractive customer bundles and broadband packages. After that, we have Zain, which is the third largest company and has a market share of 20%, which is 1 to 5 of the market share. And its competitive edges has aggressive pricing and fast-growing 5G network. And last but not least, the mobile virtual network operators. Size is just a small niche players, and has 5% of the market share, and its edge is flexible prepaid offering plans. Here is a demonstration of the market share. We can see how the SCC and Mobile and Zain are dominating the whole market share just with these three markets, with three companies. After that, we have the market threats. First of all, we have the price wars, which are competitors attract customers with cheaper data plans and promotional bundles, especially Zain and MVNOs, erode margins with aggressive promotions. Besides, that SCC focuses on a good service but higher price. After that, we have over-the-top services, which are the global players like WhatsApp, Netflix. They bypass the traditional telecom revenues by providing direct-to-consumer services, which will affect the local market. After that, there are the regulated pressure. Rules to promote competition can challenge incumbents like STC. And cloud and enterprise disruption. Tech giants like Microsoft and Amazon are challenging traditional telecom revenue with cloud and AI service. After that, we have the pistol analysis, political factors. First of all, we have the Saudi vision, of course, which is an opportunity. Government future plan for digital transformation, smart cities, like NEOM, for example, which is the target for our government in 2030. It will be fully technological, and it will be focusing on digital programs. The second one is the challenge, which is the government ownership and PIF involvement. For example, CC's partial ownership with the Public Investment Fund provides strategic capital and support, but as a challenge, they have regulatory requirements affecting telecom operations in the market. And the economic factors, the digital economy growth as an opportunity. As we know, the digital economy represents 15.6% of the Saudi GDP in 2023, highlighting Saudi Arabia's strong economy supporting telecom growth, expansion into digital services like cloud computing and cybersecurity. As you can see in the figure, here how the Saudi digital economy contribution to the GDP, which is 15.6 at 2023. After that, we have inflation and cost pressures as a challenge. Rising global equipment costs, inflationary pressures, increasing capital expenditure for infrastructure like projects like 5G towers and fiber networks. And here is a figure representing the inflation versus the telecom capex growth in Saudi Arabia. The lower the inflation, the higher the growth. So if the companies keep spending more money and buying, the inflation will be less, which is a good thing. After that, we have the social factors. First one is the young generation as an opportunity. We know that Saudi Arabia's youthful population and high smartphones penetration, digital adoption among consumers creates strong demands for mobile data, streaming, and innovative digital services. And the second of all, we have the challenge as a digital literacy gaps. Despite high urban adoption, certain rural or older demographics face challenges in adopting advanced digital services, requiring targeted education and accessible packages. For example, here in Saudi Arabia, there are some people who live like in the desert. They don't have the network and the evolution we have here in the middle of the country. So they might not experience what we have right now, and this is could be a challenge for us. Also, there are the older generations, like our parents, grandparents. They don't know how to use the networks, the internet and the network like we do. So this will we can say as a challenge for us. After that, we have the technological factors with my friend Ma'an. Yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Ali. My name is Ma'an Hajali, and I will continue my part from here. We have business analysis. We reach technological factors. So in Saudi Arabia, there is a rapid expanding in 5G and AI and Internet of Things. So Saudi operators and regulators have been aggressively expanding, like data. We have come on new consumer and enterprise services such as Internet of Things, as I say. Secondly, we have a high national digitalization agenda for Vision 2030s. Government programs push telecoms to enable e-government, smart cities like NEOM. The broad digital services created demand for advanced backhaul, fiber, and cloud services. After that, we will talk about environmental factors. Fast-growing electronic waste. Studies and national initiatives indicate fast-growing electronic waste in the kingdom, creating environmental and regulatory pressure on operators for take back. And secondly, we have carbon energy targets and circular carbon economy. The Saudi national policies aim to reduce emission and boost renewables, telecoms towers, data centers, network equipment, and so on. And lastly, we will talk about the legal factors. Personal data protection law came into force with defined compliance timelines, data controls required to comply by the stated deadlines. Imposing constraints on data handling, cross-border transference, consists and notification obligations. And lastly, cybersecurity regulations. Prior rules from National Cybersecurity Authority, SDAIA, and sector regulators. So after all this analysis, we significant two measures. One is opportunity and the other is challenge. Most significant opportunity is the legislation transformation, which will grow demand for entertainment, online services, and market segments. And the challenge is inflation and high infrastructure costs, which increase financial pressure and operator while competition limits pricing flexibility. To conclude this presentation, the solid telecommunication sector is pillar of Vision 2030, driving digital transformation across healthcare, education, government, services, and business. Demand is propelled by high smartphone penetration, 5G adoption, and heavy data usage. ICT dominates the market with about 50% share, with competition from mobile Zain and mobile virtual network operator keeps prices competitive and services initiative. Government support, fiber expansion, 5G rollout, special digital strategies. And key changes include rising infrastructure costs, regulator compliance, and environmental sustainability, like electronic waste and energy efficiency. We have 5 recommendations here. One is diversify revenue streams, expand it into cloud, cybersecurity, Internet of Things. Second, we strengthen rural and underserved connectivity, along with the vision. And focus on sustainability, adopt energy efficient technologies, green energy, and so on. And enhance digital literacy programs, partner with governments to reduce adoption barriers among older and rural populations. And lastly, leverage data and AI, invested in advanced analytical AI-driven customer engagement and predictive network management to maintain competitiveness. That's all for this presentation. Thank you for your listening.
حلو، ما قصرتوا. كم كان